Hello everyone, my name is Hattie Ekholm and this is my final presentation for Math 690, Application of Functions of Complex Variables. My topic that I will be talking about today is on essential oils. I chose this topic because essential oils is something that I'm passionate about in my daily life. And I knew that as far as how the diffuser worked and the oils themselves, I knew that I could find out how complex variables apply to essential oils. This presentation was difficult for me because it's just been a hard time. And as I, kept pondering this for days and weeks, and just one day when I was filling up my diffuser, I was like, oh, essential oils. Maybe I could look up and do some research and see if there's anything as far as complex variables and how essential oils come to be, how they're dispersed, and that's kind of where this took me. So here we go. So why essential oils? Well, essential oils are basically a plant medicine. There's three different ways that you can use the essential oils. One way is by ingestion, so putting it in your food or drink or in capsules and ingesting them. The second way is application, and I use this a lot. I use a roller, and I roll it on, or I put it on my neck, or I put it on my temples and different places like that. So you can apply it directly to the skin. And the third one is inhalation. And if you see in the background there, I've got my diffuser lit up, and it is diffusing the essential oils into the air so that we then breathe them into our body and get the health benefits from this plant medicine. So, essential oils as far as the human body. So the human body runs at, according to this website that I found, it runs at a frequency of 60 to 70 megahertz in a healthy human body. So obviously if you're sick, then your frequency is going to be lowered. So when you have the cold or the flu, you're at about 58 megahertz. So how essential oils work is they can increase the frequency of your body and try to keep you healthier. So here are some essential oils that, and their frequencies. So these are a lot of the ones that I actually use on a daily basis. So you can see their different megahertz, their frequencies. So how does this relate to complex variables? Okay, well, in a diffuser, so I have another diffuser here, so it's like this, and then you got the decorative thing that goes on top. So when you fill up the diffuser here with water and oil, so you'll put in your oil, and then you can see kind of in there on the bottom, there is a ceramic plate. Okay, so that ceramic plate is a ceramic disc, and what happens is that it vibrates, and it vibrates at a very high frequency. So what it does then is it takes the essential oils, and as it's vibrating, as it's going up and down, those waves, the ultrasonic waves, it creates it basically breaks up the essential oils into little pieces, and then along with those little pieces and the water, it is dispersed into the air in a mist. So basically a diffuser is a delivery device. It delivers the essential oils throughout the air. So I thought it was just kind of interesting, and I thought, how cool would it be to have a job that you did experiments and things like that, as far as how many parts does it break up into, and how does it get dispersed into the air, and how is it absorbed into our body, different rates. So there's lots of different ways, and I'm sure there's tons of research out there on how essential oils can be used to kind of look at those different frequencies and different things like that. Okay, so what I then ended up looking into is some more about essential oils. And what I found was that essential oil analysis has basically led to one technical goal: to achieve the best possible separation performance by using the most effective available technology of the day. So all these essential oil companies want their oils to be the best. They want people to use them, to buy them. They want the oils to be the most beneficial for their consumers. So there's all kinds of analysis. And what I discovered is that there is a type of analysis called gas chromatography. And so basically what gas chromatography is it's studying the separation of the oil and how it breaks apart. Okay, so this is just kind of something that I found here. And here's another definition of gas chromatography: a physical method of separation in which the components to be separated are distributed between two phases. All right, so when these pieces are separated, we need to analyze that separation. So a process that they use is right here. It's called gas chromatography, and they're using the Fourier transform infrared. So they actually use our complex variables, our process of the Fourier analysis, to study and figure out how the oil breaks apart. All right. So this was another Techopedia. It says that the Fourier transform is a mathematical function that decomposes a waveform, which is a function of time, into the frequencies that make it up. So essential oils are made up of a frequency. And over time, we want to take a look at how that frequency is broken up and how that relates to how the oil will be used and absorbed into the body. So they're using the Fourier transform series to basically take a look at what the oil is doing as it separates and how that relates to time and how that relates to the different frequencies that these diffusers work at and what is the most beneficial. All right. So I found, a lot of research on Fourier transform. It was interesting. I actually enjoyed it. A lot of it I didn't understand completely, but it was interesting. And for me and my passion for essential oils, it just showed me that even though this class that was very difficult for me, there is a reason behind all of it. And complex variables, there's so much application that we use, but we don't really know how to use it. And I guess that's kind of where I'm at, but it's okay. At least I learned that it's there, right? When I use my essential oils, there is the math behind it, there is the chemistry behind it, and that is super cool. So here's some graphs. Just taking a look at the different wavelengths and the absorption rates of the oils. All right. Okay, so again, they're looking at the little particles, the fibers, the residues, and again, why that is important is because we want to compare different oils and from different plants, and what is the best, what is the highest quality, what is gonna make our human body run at a higher frequency so that we can be a healthy. So here was an analysis that I found here, just showing again some of the sinusoidal curves and kind of relating the wavelengths and the ultrasonic the waves. And I thought this was kind of cool. It just showed how that what this analysis can do. So it can help indicate percentages within reasonable accuracy. It can help detect oxidation. It can compare similar essential oils. It can distinguish between a distilled essential oil and other extracts. So basically, this analysis that uses the Transform Fourier series is an excellent tool to identify the volatile molecules, and it has become the cornerstone of essential oil analysis. So that's basically what I took away from here. I know it's not huge. I'm not using I'm not using any math actually, but I guess the greatest takeaway here that I had was I use these essential oils every day. I use my car every day. I use my cell phone every day. There's a TV, my electrical outlets, everything that I use has a basis behind it in the complex variable world. And I guess that was my greatest takeaway from this class. I'm glad it's over. I learned quite a bit. I learned enough to where I feel like I could explain to my students some reasoning behind complex variables, and not just a complex variable is I, this is it, and just teach them the process. I can explain to them a little bit more. So I feel good about that. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, and have a good day.